With the Switch 2's reveal right around the corner, everyone wants to know what games Nintendo's been planning for their next console. The specs seem like a dream come true, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a commercial success when it launches. But what games will launch to boost the console's value? Will Nintendo revive some fan-favorite franchises for next gen? And more importantly, what games does Nintendo need to develop for the Switch 2 to succeed? How's it going, guys? Mike here, and today we're going to talk about the possible game lineup for Nintendo's next console, as well as games that Nintendo needs to make to boost Switch 2 sales. But before we get to that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a video. Now, Nintendo has huge shoes to fill with the Switch 2, given how successful the Switch 1 was. I mean, the Switch 1 had games like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Odyssey, and Pokemon Legends Arceus, all of which were huge successes. That said, the Switch 2 really needs some bangers to stand out from the PS5 and Xbox Series X and Series S. So far, the only seemingly confirmed Switch 2 game is Yuga Replay, which was heavily hinted to release on the Switch 2 based on a graphic that appears at the end of the reveal trailer that dropped for the game a few days ago. Also, like I said before, it's very possible that Pokemon Legends ZA and Metroid Prime 4 could launch on Switch 2, and Nintendo may reveal a new Mario game for the console, hopefully very similar to Odyssey, maybe even better. Also, we could pretty much scratch Xenoblade X from the Switch 2 lineup at this point, since that got announced for Switch 1 earlier this week. Though, I wouldn't rule out a next-gen port depending on how well the game does, which I'm sure it's going to do good. Now, what I would love is a good Zelda game, specifically the remaster of a fan favorite like Twilight Princess or Wind Waker. Heck, I'd go so far as to request an Ocarina of Time remake on Unreal Engine. I've seen the fan builds for those, and they look insane. Also, Nintendo needs to make a new Donkey Kong Country and stop giving us all these remasters. Who knows? Maybe Nintendo secretly has had one in the works for a while that they're about to reveal. Now, if Nintendo wants to focus on new IPs, they really need to innovate like they did when the Switch 1 first launched. One such example of this that a lot of people probably don't know about is Astral Chain, which is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated Switch games ever made. I mean, it has a great story, awesome gameplay, and an amazing soundtrack. Another great game that had a lot of success with the Switch 1 was Octopath Traveler, which was so good that it pioneered a new kind of art style that's been used in a lot of newer games like Triangle Strategy, Star Ocean: The Second Story R, and the upcoming Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. If they approach things with the same level of innovation as they did on the Switch and even on the 3DS, then the Switch 2 is gonna be a huge hit. Now, speaking of the 3DS, I sincerely hope that the Switch 2 dual screen rumors are true. I know a lot of people who are still playing DS and 3DS games, and it would be great if Nintendo could remaster parts of the 3DS lineup for their next console. Now, the biggest 3DS remasters that I love to see are The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and Pokemon X and Y, which are some of my personal favorites. I mean, come on, Nintendo can totally do it. They did it with Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Monster Hunter Stories, so it's possible that Nintendo could add more 3DS games if they play their cards right with the Switch 2. But I want to hear your thoughts. What games do you think Nintendo has planned for the Switch 2? What games do you want to see on Nintendo's next console? Let me know in the comments section below, and stay tuned for more Switch 2 news. Until then, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care.